What's going on, Fearless Gang? So today we're going to be talking about drum fills. We're going to talk about where you should be putting them in your beat so that they sound correct, how to find the right samples that are going to work, and we're even going to build our own from scratch. So if you're ready for this one, let's jump right into it. Okay guys, so I have a basic beat here outlined. And the first thing we're going to talk about here is where we should actually place our drum fills in our beat. So a couple different places that will always work well is right before the drop, somewhere on this section right here. That always works well. Another way that works well is if you have a longer drop like I do here, this is 32 bars, you can put it in the middle here. So you can put it at the 16 bar mark here, and you can carve out some stuff to make room for it. So those are always good options. But honestly, you can put it wherever you think is going to sound fine or wherever works well for you. So let's go. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and find some different drum samples. Now there isn't one particular place that I get my drum fills from. They're in a lot of random different places that I've found over the years while I've been collecting samples. So if you don't have any drum fills or anything like that, what you could do is you could go to Reddit drum kits and you could search in like drum fills or something like that, and you could find a couple different ones online and download a couple of them. They're going to be for free, and then find a pack that actually has some good high quality ones in it, and then you're good to go, because you really don't need a bunch of them. So I'll go through some that I have that I pretty much got these all in various places. So these are just like drum loops and stuff, but I'm actually looking for some drum fills. So I'm going to go into this drum fills thing right here, start going through some of these. So actually it looks like Cymatics has some drum fills and stuff too, so these might even be free. Alright, so I think we're going to use this one. So what I'm going to do is carve out room in the melodies for the drum fill to have its little shine right here, right before the drop. And what I want to do is I want to stretch this out to maybe fill here, but I want to make sure that this nasty part is outside of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up in this view, and then you can drag this down so you can see it while you're affecting it. Turn on the warp, and we can just kind of stretch it out and see how that sounds. Pull it back just a little bit here. And you gotta make sure the leveling's right. So let's hear how this is sounding. Okay, so really quick before we move on, I'll show you the other place I was talking about before where it would also be a good place to put it. So it'd be like right here, and what I would do is I would remove everything just like I did for this, and that would sound like this. So you can put it pretty much wherever it's going to sound good for you, and just keep in mind that you might also be mixing like a riser or something else with it to kind of get it to meld and mix better with it, because you know it sounds a little odd all by itself, but maybe you mix it down, put a little reverb on it, or do something to make it fit with the mix a little bit better as well. So let's take a deeper look at this fill really quick. So it sounds, so this is a snare, and then a roll of snares, another snare, and then two floor toms. These are floor toms. So we can try to replicate something similar using similar sounds. So what I'm going to do is make another MIDI track, and we're going to grab a drum rack. Go into our instruments here and grab a drum rack, and we're going to just pick out a couple percussion, a couple different snare sounds, some toms, and different things like that, and try to build out a similar drum fill to that. Alright guys, I picked out some sounds. I'll show you what I found. So I got some snares and some toms. Okay, so this took a lot of playing with, and it's not as easy as it may seem, but the more that you do it, the better that you'll get at it. So I came up with this little pattern, and now I'm going to add some different velocities and things like that, and kind of change the different volumes on each of the sounds to get them to sound a little better together. And then we're going to do some processing on it. This is what it sounds like right now. So I got the overall volumes down. Now I'm just going to adjust some of the velocities on like these quicker notes. Next thing I'm going to do is make an audio track here and just record this so that we don't have to use this anymore. We just have the audio file. So what we'll do is we'll change this to the drum rack. We'll change this to in right here, hit the record button, and then let it play. Make sure these are both soloed if you're soloing any of them. You change this back to no input now. And then this is what we have. So now we're going to do a little bit of compression and throw a little bit of effects on there to make it hit a little bit harder. I'm going to use Ableton's glue compressor to do some compression here. We're just going to do a light compression with this one. So I do have the soft clip thing on here, and we're going to do the makeup now. Now I'm going to add on some different plugins for distortion and different things like that. I'm going to use this Devil Lock by Sound Toys here. What I'm actually going to do is put this before the glue compressor as well. And honestly, we don't really need to add too much more from there. Alright, so we're going to follow the same volume as this other fill that we had in here before. It's like negative 5.5. And alright, let's see how this sounds. Alright guys, so obviously it's not perfect, but it's pretty damn good for just making one really quick on the spot right here. So this is going to wrap up the tutorial on doing drum fills. I hope you guys liked that one. Smash the like button if you did. Also, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because we're uploading daily tutorials that you're not going to want to miss out on. But besides that, I'll be catching you guys again in the next one. Peace out.